So, okay, I've got this now. I don't know what color do you think I could do that on a black canvas here?
Sure. Oh, Marie, you can paint along if you want, but you got to use your left hand.
Well,
or your,
you can use whatever hand she wants, but I'm
you
left-handed.
can use whatever hand you want. Yeah.
I just love using my left hand because it's the only hand that I really ever use.
It's the only hand you have.
I have my right hand, but it's not quite as skilled. So
Turnip, I think this will be fine on black. You're just going to have to make sure you get some opaque color in there as well as these beautiful transparent colors. Oh, good. You're starting with this simple shape, a circle. That's all.
Yeah, you tell me if I'm doing things right or wrong. I'm just gonna start. I just got this image in front of me, and I'm just gonna try to copy what you did here because it's such a beautiful painting.
Well, first we're gonna just create that circle, and there's those two little bat wings on the side of the onion are like little triangles. So just see if you can make a simple triangle shape with your color, and that's next.
Okay,
and
I see
those little bat wings on. Yeah, one goes right off the side of the page, so you can just send it right out. There you go. And once you get those bat wings on your circle, now we're ready to go. And you're going to need to mix up a light magenta and a dark magenta.
Okay.
And a light, bright spring green and a darker green, because those will be your shadows and lights. So there you go. That's your first task. Mix up a few light and dark colors, okay?
Okay. I'm going to do this.
All right.
Here's a dark magenta somewhere in here.
Yeah.
And I can make that a little darker if I need to. Should I do these colors first, the magentas, before I do the greens?
That's up to you, because you can, if you kind of get sloppy putting the magenta on and you whoopsie out the lines, like my little grandson will throw a coloring away if he goes outside the lines, and I'm like, no, with paint. You just come back with your background color and you can fix that all up.
Okay. I like that idea.
I wish I had painted a turnip, so you could be painting a turnip.
Oh, that would be fun. Except I just want to say it's turn up, not turnip. Turn up. Turn up it. Because I turn up the volume, I turn up the energy, I turn up the excitement,
Yeah, but turnip is a good pun for turnip.
Well, I had to grow up my entire life hearing turnip, Ted. What's your favorite vegetable, Ted? Is it a turnip? That was the joke for me my entire life. So
sorry. Don't mean to retread old.
I'm just a little bit sensitive to that. But that's okay. I know you didn't intend anything by that.
No, I did not intend to offend.
I know you wouldn't, because I've heard that you were one of the nicest people around.
Well, that might be a little exaggeration, but so one of the first things to think about when you're turning a two-dimensional shape into 3D is that a three-dimensional shape catches light and blocks light. And so in order to create that optical illusion of a three-dimensional shape, you got to make sure you find the light. So squinting is a helpful tool to figure out where the light's hitting.
I can see that. When I squint at your image there, I can see some different colors even around the outer edges of the onion. I see green. I see blue. I see a lot of varieties in the red and the magenta, like you were talking about.
So those colors you're seeing, that's what happens on a shiny, reflective, three-dimensional object where it turns around in shadow. some light is bouncing off of colors nearby and going to bounce right onto the side of your object. And that gives it even more 3D look. So don't worry about that just yet. Get the main shadow and light, and then you can start putting on those fun bounced light colors that'll give it really that 3-dimensional look we're looking for.
Okay.
All right.
I want to know, does anybody out there believe in me? I'm feeling that I need some support and some encouragement. I'm feeling just a little bit insecure about my abilities right now. I heard someone told me that Acrylic University had some of the nicest people in it, and that they would support me if I ever wanted to take an art journey with them, that they would actually be maybe even friends to me.
Yeah.
Is that true?
So shout out some encouragement to Turnip here so he can feel like he can get through this. Everybody shout out some good Acrylic University encouragement.
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So good. Oh my goodness, this is good. I like this. I'm reading some of the comments. I believe in you, whoever you are. I believe in you. If anyone can do this, it's you, Ted. Oh my goodness, this is the most encouraging people group I've ever been around.
I'm scrolling through the comments and they're just pouring in. You've got this.
Oh man.
You're great.
I'm trying my best. I don't know if I'm a professional, and so I don't know if I should even be doing this because I feel like I'm not good enough to be an artist.
Well, you know what an amateur is? It's a person who does it for love. There's a word in there about love, and an amateur isn't someone who doesn't know how to do it very well. It's just a person who does it just for love.
Oh, really?
If you love to push paint around, then embrace that word. Amateur.
Well, I do love this. This is actually really fun right now. I'm having a lot of fun right now.
Oh my gosh, look at that. It's 3-dimensional already, and you've hardly put any time in it at all. Just light and dark and that little pop of reflection. And here you go.
You helped me think about it in a way and look at that image. And now I'm looking at all the places that the light is coming from and reflecting. And I'm not getting my mixes quite right because my mixing isn't very good, but I'm just trying to change it a little bit as I go. But I am enjoying this. This is actually more fun than I thought it might be because I don't know if I've painted that many times in my life.
Lisa just said you were a lion, and could you give her a roar? So I think you should give her a roar. And
okay, but I don't know. I don't understand that. Somebody explain that to me because I don't get this idea. I mean, what does a lion have to do with art? I want to know, but I'm still a little bit nervous about it, and I don't understand the concept. Is it going to help me?
Oh, yes, it will. Lions are courageous. And if you roar like a lion, you can bring up some of that inner courage. I think that your cousin Jed talks about it a lot. How
you know what?
Be a lion in your painting.
Now that you mentioned that, I do think I've heard him talk about that. Okay, I'm going to do my best roar. And in fact, I remember seeing a picture before. There was a picture of a lion. This lion looked like it was made out of paint and it was all splashed around and stuff.
That's right. It was like a splatter lion.
Hey, I have hair that's actually quite similar to a lion.
That's right.
I think just a second here, guys.
Get your roar on here.
I can do this. I can do this.
Yep, you can.
I believe in myself. I'm a lion. That
That's
did
right.
feel good.
Oh, Turnip, you're doing great. Look at this. Look at those little specks of color along the edge, and they're sort of winding their way up along the edge of that shape, and it's looking more three-dimensional every brushstroke you put on there. And really, you haven't put a lot of paint on yet, and it's really looking three-dimensional. And that's sort of what the purpose of these little lessons is to show you how you can how simply you can paint and make things go from a flat, nondescriptive thing into a beautiful three-dimensional thing.
You know what's really fun is I am quite inspired. Like I told you at the beginning, I really like the way that your painting looks. I really like how you did big brush strokes. I'm imagining that a painting like this would take, I don't know, how many weeks would a painting like this take you?
Well, in the challenge, I think it took somewhere between half an hour and 40 minutes.
You'd be
surprised.
What?
Beginning to end, yes. You would be surprised how quickly these little pieces go when you simply think about things. I talked about it in my workshop today. I don't know if you were there, Turnip. I didn't see your name around, but I talked about a thing that I call Art Think, and it's just breaking your painting down into the simplest elements. Is this shape lighter or darker, warmer or cooler, bigger or smaller, taller or shorter? When you think in that way, the next brush stroke, is this going to be a bigger or a smaller stroke? Is this next one going to go sideways or up and down? Instead of thinking I'm painting an onion, which who knows how to paint an onion, but I do know how to make a brush stroke go up and down. I do know how to put some red on my brush. So this next brush stroke's going to have red. And so that's what I like to tell people is stick with the Art Think so that your next brush stroke isn't making a thing. You're just putting a blob of color down. And if the colors are all arranged properly, it's going to create an illusion that you've made an onion on here. Look at that. You notice the light. There's a little pop of light on that piece of peel.
Yes, right down here.
And it made it concave. So you put the light on one side of the onion, it looks round and full and solid. And you put the little piece of light inside, it looks concave. Look at that. It just went in. Whoop. That is the beauty of optical illusion.
So how did you learn all this?
I painted a lot of bad things.
Right now. If you could teach me how to do this, I feel like I could probably learn pretty good.
You can learn really well. This is fast learning, Ted. But I'll tell you, I painted a lot of really bad paintings to learn this stuff. I didn't start out painting good paintings. I started out painting terrible paintings. But I was encouraged because even though they were terrible, they were sort of better than look at how brown that looks now. They were better than if I hadn't painted at all. And I loved the paint so much. I loved putting the paint down so much that I was willing to risk a few terrible paintings or a few zillion terrible paintings until I got the hang of it. And I had some good teachers who helped me with it. But really, it's just, there's no progress, real progress, unless you fail. There's no real learning unless you're willing to take the chance and fall off the edge of the cliff and pull yourself up again and say, Well, that
So
didn't work out. What did? What will? Um, but
that's really that's really encouraging because I feel like I've always felt like I'm not really good enough to be an artist, and I've always felt intimidated by it, and I've always felt like I don't even know if I should try, because when I have tried, I've not done a very good job, and that can be discouraging sometimes, and I think, oh, I don't think I should even do this anymore. But you're saying that you also had times when you had a hard time painting.
yeah,
But
I did.
sometimes I look at your painting here and I think you must never, because I've seen other paintings. After I saw this, I went on your website and I thought, she's probably been a professional forever and has some special skill that I don't have.
The only skill that I have is the skill, and you probably have it too because you're sticking with it. Is I have a pit bull mentality of once I get my teeth into a thing, I really don't want to let go. I really want to learn this thing. I don't want to give it up. I want to learn it. And
Wow.
it takes some tenacity. And one of the things that's helpful is if you have people in your life, like Jed, who is a very skilled painter. Just don't show him your work. Don't show him your work for a while.
He's
Paint
the
for a
one
while on your
person
own.
that I don't really want to learn from, because he
Right.
puts it in. It's not.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, carry on.
Oh, just don't show your work to anyone for a while. Just do the work. Don't think I'm going to paint to show this person or that person, or I wonder what my grandma's going to think. Just paint to please yourself for a long time, and paint just for the utter joy of putting the paint down and the joy of making mistakes and then fixing them and finding your way through. It's all just great. Oh, look at that. And look at how shiny and round he made that in just a couple minutes. Can you believe it?
You know what I am finding is that there's two blues that I put down on my palette, and one of the blues is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
What one? I can't remember the name. This one right here, it's very
That one
strong.
sounds like it's spelled like you're spitting, but it's called phthalo. Phthalo blue. So if you look for the PHTH, that's phthalo blue, green shade, and it is strong and vibrant and bright, and it is a stunning color. And the reason it's so vibrant too is you're posing it next to that beautiful magenta color, which is kind of the opposite on the color wheel. And so it's vibrating really strongly. It makes you it does something in your eye that just, oh, look at how nice that looks. Oh my gosh.
You know what? I'm so excited about this. I feel so happy right now. I feel like it actually kind of looks like an onion.
It
I didn't know
really
if I'd
looks
be able
like
to
an
make it
onion.
look like an onion.
I want to peel it and chop it up for dinner. It looks so fresh and so shiny. This is just amazing, Ted. Did you know you could do this when you started out?
You know, the reason I wanted to do it with you right here is because I heard somebody say that this simple shape challenge was a good way to learn. And I thought to myself, well, Jed's not going to be there tonight. Maybe I could go on there and talk with Dianna, and she could help me through this painting process. And I feel like being able to listen to you and being able to look at the way that you did the painting, and I don't know if I could have figured this out if I wasn't seeing what you've already done.
Well, this is, sometimes when you're looking at a photograph, what clicks into your mind is the word like you're looking at a photo of an onion and it clicks, the word onion clicks in, and then we have a little symbol in our brain for onion that doesn't look anything like what we're looking at, and yet that's sort of what we start to paint. But if you just start looking at something as a big simple shape, that circle and a couple little triangle shapes, and then start finding the light, that's exactly what you did. And so I'm just sort of peering over your shoulder what you're doing, and you're doing everything just right. Look at those beautiful, I want to touch my computer screen. I want to reach through and touch it. It's so lush. But those beautiful reflected lights on the side of that form make it look like it goes all the way around. Like you can, like there's a bottom to that onion that you can't see. Like it's a true circle, a true,
And I just did that because I saw that on yours.
And so sometimes it helps to copy.
I feel like this is, I don't know if I could have done anything even close to this if I wasn't looking at your finished work and seeing how you did it. Because when I'm looking at your work, I don't even know if I have the picture right in front of me of the real onion, but I can see the way you did your brush strokes. And I'm just trying to do big brush strokes like you did and make it look as something kind of like yours, because your painting is so beautiful. And I feel like, well, if I could even just do it a little bit like that, it will be pretty good for me. So
well, you have done so far a beautiful job. And I think the thing is that when you're copying somebody, there's a lot of benefit from copying another person's work, because then it sort of gets all those ideas in your head. It springboards your own ideas. You can start thinking, well, you know how I put that reflected light on that onion? I'm seeing some reflected light on the side of this car that I'm trying to paint on this street scene, and I'm seeing some reflections there. Maybe I'll try that same idea. And so even if you're not painting, you're not going to be an onion painter for the rest of your life. You're going to do other things. You might see that, or on the side of a tree, or under the eaves of a house. All of a sudden, you're seeing reflected light everywhere.
I can imagine that. I can imagine how if I looked now at an onion, I bet I could see how the light reflects off of it better than I did before. Because I'm looking at your image and I'm thinking, man, I would have just painted the whole thing red. I would have just found one color and just done the whole thing. But really, there's a bunch of different colors that you used in the painting.
There's a bunch of different colors.
It kind of makes sense.
Ellen says an onion painter sounds pretty good to her. Way to go, Ellen. I love it. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter what you paint. If you paint it beautifully, who cares what the subject is? It's a beautiful painting, and I think this is a beautiful painting. And the thing about light, Ted, is that it's the only way that we can see anything. And light is, the onion isn't just red, it's a result of light bouncing all over the place. Light in the room, light bouncing everywhere, illuminating things. And it doesn't just bounce, it drags color with it. So when light starts bouncing around, it's dragging all kinds of color with it, and it's hitting other things. And if you've ever seen somebody under a red umbrella and their face is red, or
I have seen that before.
Yeah, or somebody under a tree and the leaves are making their face look green. I mean, it's light bounces everywhere.
Can I tell you something right now? I have two things going on inside of me right now. On one hand, I'm very, very, very happy and excited. And on the other hand, I'm really, really, really scared because I'm afraid that I don't know what to do now. I feel like maybe I should make it more like, I don't know how to finish the painting.
Well, there's a couple of things you can do, and you guys chime in too. Tell Jed what you think. And Jed's not even here. Tell Ted what you think.
Oh, I thought Ted, I thought you were talking to, I thought he was here somewhere in the studio. He's
right?
not.
No, he's not even here. So, Ted, you can decide, is this done? Are you happy with it? It doesn't have to be like photorealistic to be done. If you feel like we've said everything about this, then it's done.
When I look at it right here, I don't know if I'm done. But
right,
then,
I think so too.
This is the part that gets me, is then I look and I see it on the screen, because I'm using this really nice setup here where I can see it, and it looks a little bit smaller, and it's just a little different. And when I see it on that, I think maybe I am done, because it looks pretty good over there. But if I look at it big, like if I'm like this close to it, I just see a lot of messy brush marks.
Right. You need to step back. That's kind of the magic of Impressionism. Have you guys ever done that? Gone up close to an Impressionist painting at a museum or gallery, and it's just a bunch of mess. It's a bunch of messy brushwork. If it's a Monet or a Van Gogh, you look up close and it's like, what? And you step back, and then magically all of the elements combine and create this beautiful image. And then you get up close and it breaks apart into a mess of brushwork again. And you step back and it's beautiful again. And I love that magic moment between the artist's hand and the image. It's so beautiful.
I like the idea of that. I don't know if I've ever really observed that I need to go to more art galleries, because I don't go to very many art galleries. I'm kind of a thrill seeker. And so I spend most of my time doing things like skydiving and, jumping and lots of things like that. But I haven't been to as many galleries. But now that you say that, I'm thinking I should go to more galleries, because that sounds like a pretty cool experience.
Well, it can be, for me, it can be more exciting than jumping off a cliff. That's more terrifying. The act of seeing an Impressionist painting at work.
If I think we could maybe go cliff jumping together sometime, maybe.
Well, turn up. If I turn up, maybe we will. Or we could go to a museum together.
Okay, that sounds like maybe we could go to a museum together, and then we could do something like a roller coaster.
Okay, there we go. We have a plan. That trip, I will turn up.
Tell me a little bit about how, if I want to paint the rest, if I want to do this simple shape challenge, because this was so fun for me, I would like to keep going. I would like to do the rest of the paintings, because I feel like I learned so much about this, and I feel like I could probably learn more and more and more if I knew where to go, and I had you helping me. I probably could do this. So what should I do?
Well, you can go to acrylicuniversity.com and you can find Dianna Shyne's Simple Shape Challenge that is on special for the members. And you can purchase it. And then every week for 8 weeks, you and I get to be together learning another challenge. I'm going to show you a picture real quick. Can you do you have someone who can make it big, make me big?
Let's see, yes.
One of the pictures in the Simple Shape Challenge. And this is a circle too. We started with this exact same shape as that onion, except we inverted it. We made it concave instead of round. So there's so many things to do with a simple shape. There's so much that can be accomplished. There's one shape there that I've made translucent, one that I've done out of glass. But they're all this simple, just this easy. Putting one color down after another, light, dark, warm, cool, big, small. You can come back, Ted. Come on. I want to see your painting.
I will. I'm just thinking that I want to show them where they can go to find this. And I do think that maybe there's if you go to acrylicuniversity.com, that's what you just said. If we go to acrylicuniversity.com, we can see this. But I have to say, I am quite happy with the way that this turned out. And I feel very inspired to do more. And I want to figure out. So if I go to acrylicuniversity.com, and it looks like it will go like this, and I can go right here, and it looks like I can see this, and this will take me to this. Oh my goodness, it's on sale right now.
You know, that's a screaming deal. If you went to a live class of mine, you'd be paying so much money for a live class. But here, we just have all these lessons laid out. You go from simple, look at that green glass. That is going to be something that we're going to give away today. This painting of the green glass bottle or this little orange. Whoever wins tonight gets to take home or gets me to ship them one of those two paintings. I'm happy to give them to you. So
that is going to be so fun.
That's going to be so fun. So is this lesson. So are these lessons.
There is that one right there.
That's right. There it is.
Oh, and there's the red teacup.
And there is here we go with a backlit grapefruit. And you know, it looks translucent. It looks like light is coming through it. And that is done exactly the same way we just saw you do that onion, just light and dark. It's all done with light colors and dark colors. There's no magic to it, except that once you understand that code of light and dark, warm and cool, you can do anything. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. And I'm very excited because all of these look like they'd be really cool to paint.
They're cool to paint. And I noticed earlier, some people said they had the whole set of them hanging in their kitchen. And I think what a wonderful grouping of paintings to do and hang up in your home to showcase these beautiful, simple shapes.
Well, I love this. I am definitely going to be signing up for this and doing this. Wow.
Thanks,
this
Turnip.
Is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to do this. So I don't know if anybody else out there is as excited as I am, but I just want to say I'm going to be doing this. And if you want to join me in this, you should go to acrylicuniversity.com, click on this little button here, and look at this amazing deal. And then all it is it looks like all we have to do is go right here. This is amazing. This is incredible. I hardly even know what to say about this. But if I could do this, man.
Anyone can do it. Anyone who can tell the difference between something dark and something light. And I'll coach you through how to mix those things. But if you can see shadows or see something dark and see something light, see something red and see something green, you can do this challenge.
Wow.
Look at that. It's a finished piece. Yeah.
That was so fun. I think I might give this to my mom or something. I don't know what I should do.
Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. And you know what? This would be a great set. If you started right now, you could do all 8 and give her a set of the 3 or 4 best. Pick out the ones that are super. Yeah.
That would be amazing. She
Or
would
if
love me. She would
you have
love me
a
for that.
if you have a mom and a mother-in-law and a grandma, and if you have a
Oh my
wife who's a mother, you've got
goodness.
your shopping done. You just have to paint the challenge.
So I'm wondering, should I do something with this afterwards? Like I know artists sign their work, and I would definitely sign it, but should I do anything else?
Well, once it's thoroughly dry, you can put a nice shiny varnish on it. These little, I don't normally varnish my paintings shiny, but the little tiny ones look like beautiful jewels when you put a shiny finish on them, and it brings up the color. I chose a lot of bright colors in this set of paintings, so it'll really bring out the colors and make it look finished, and it looks like a polished professional piece of work. So I'm so happy you did this.
That sounds really, really good. I am going to, how do you sign something like this? I feel like my name is so long. Turn Up Ted. That's not even putting my last name in there.
What about TT?
TT could work.
TT could work. And use a little teeny brush so it doesn't spoil your image, okay? Little teeny brush.
Like in the corner.
Hey, a marker. Yeah. That would be great. An acrylic marker, not an ink marker. Acrylic, because ink's going to fade.
Like it's still pretty wet.
Yeah, wait till it dries. Wait till it dries. And also wait a couple days to varnish it, just to make sure it's completely dry. But I love that you did it on a little piece of wood. That's what I did mine on. They're actually just on a cradled masonite board, and that makes them into something really giftable. And you can just put a little hanging thing on the back of it and hang it up on the wall. Just doop. You can paint the edges if you want. No need for a frame. And so you've got it. A gift.
I love it.
A whole bunch of gifts. 8 gifts. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to win Dianna's painting, let's show that again. We'll show your painting again, but
one of these ones, either this beautiful little green glass bottle or this orange. Either one.
Either one.
Get to choose. The winner gets to choose. So
okay, I like it. So if you want to win that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to comment right now in the comment section, and we're going to choose one of you, and we will ship Dianna's painting to you. That is going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
I'm excited. I'm excited to know who's
going to win.
So make a comment so you can win.
Yes.
Say win, win, win. Make a comment. We want you to win. Too bad I don't have 200 of them because I want you all to win.
Yes, but I see them coming in fast and furious right now. Lots and lots of people saying, I want to win. And some of them are saying which one that they would want to win the most. Good. But a lot of them are saying they would like to have either one. So this is super, super fun. Okay, I'm going to let that go for just a tiny bit longer, but I want to draw your attention one more time to take a quick look at the simple shape challenge, you guys. It is a very, very no-brainer type of thing here. Whoopsie, there we go. There we go. I think I can figure this out. I'm not very good at this, but this is my first day doing it, so that's okay. I'm still learning.
You've
But
been
look at
handed
this.
a lot of levers and dials and buttons here, Ted.
And you know what? Jed didn't teach me anything. He just said, "Hey, can you fill in for me tonight?" And I'm like, "What? Fill in for what?" And he said, "Well, I'll tell you what. If you do it, I'll let you paint on some of my paints and use my materials." And that was kind of what got me to do it. But he didn't give me a lot of heads up, and he didn't teach me very much about this. So, but this is the way to go right here. I'm super excited to sign up on this. And I just want to say thank you for helping me tonight, because this has been the best painting by far that I've ever done. And I'm very excited about it. And I can't wait to keep going with it and learn more.
Well, you did a great job. The encouragement of the community was really helpful, getting you to roar, telling you can do it. I love that. I love that encouragement.
And when they told me to roar like a lion, that did something for me too. I feel like that helped me a lot. So, guys, we're going to do this right now. The giveaway is going to happen in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is, I'm going to put it in the chat. The winner is, just a second. I know it takes me a minute here because I'm not that fast. But the winner is Marie Morris.
Marie
Morris, you win. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. We are very excited that you're going to get that. So if you need to, please write support at Acrylic University, Marie, and make sure you give us your address and we will get that to Dianna.
And which one you want. Make sure to tell me which one you want too. Yeah.
And which one you want.
That's right.
Which one you want. Okay, that's good. I almost forgot about that. So, okay, you guys. Well, Dianna,
yeah.
I just have to say again, thank you for being such an amazing teacher, because this was so fun to do tonight. I feel like I now actually know a little bit about painting, and I feel like I could do another one of these. I feel like I really feel like it gave me a lot of encouragement. So thank you for that.
Yes, there's lots of things there. There's shiny things and dull things and hard things and soft things and transparent things, and all of them you can do because they're just painted in a simple way with light, dark, warm, cool paint. Little blobs of paint set side by side. You can do it.
One of the things that gets me excited about this simple shape challenge too, just to be honest, is that I'm a very busy person. Like I said, I like skydiving and cliff jumping and all these fun things. So I don't have a lot of time. But it sounds to me like I don't need hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do one of these paintings when I'm watching you and learning from you. It feels like I could do this in a relatively short amount of time.
Yes,
and that's
can.
really, really good for me.
Yes. It's short amount of time. I've only included a few materials, and someone asked what the materials were, and they're included in the packet, but there's not a lot of materials involved. Just 45 minutes once a week, and in 8 weeks, you'll have 8 beautiful paintings and a lot of practice. And that's what we need to get better, is a lot of practice.
Well, Dianna, I thank you again. And for those of you who are going to sign up, you will not regret. I'm going to see something. Whoa, that's funky. I knew that would be kind of funky. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to show you this way. But yes, you guys can do this just like I did. It was a lot of fun tonight. It was a lot of fun. So for Jed, for all the rest of Acrylic University's team, wherever they are, all I know is that Dianna is an amazing teacher.
Thank you.
This is Turn Up Ted, and we're going to sign off for now. Dianna, do you want to say any last words to our wonderful friends here?
You know, I'm so glad you all joined us. I feel honored by your presence. And I just want you to know that if Jed was here, he'd say the same thing. Turn Up Ted and I and the folks at Acrylic University, we love you, we believe in you, and we believe that you can paint.
Yes, we do believe in you. And I believe that one time in the past, Jed said this: you are loved and you are believed in. Go have a great weekend, everybody. And we will see you guys next time. For us at Acrylic University, see ya.
Bye.